I know you might not like having broad shoulders, but in today's video, I'm going to give you some very specific reasons on why I stopped caring about my broad shoulders, caring what other people thought about my broad shoulders. So my goal for this video, my intention for this video, is to help you accept your broad shoulders. And I know this probably won't happen overnight, but at least you can start on your acceptance journey to loving your broad shoulders. Let's start things off with a juicy one. No one cares. No one cares, and guys especially don't care. And this is something that I've heard a lot from the guys that I've talked to about this, is they don't care. They really could care less if you have broad shoulders or if you have narrow shoulders, if you have average shoulders. They're not looking at your shoulders. And if there's any guys that are subscribed to my channel, I would love to hear your perspective on this. If you agree, if you disagree, feel free to leave a comment. But guys don't care. From the guys that I have talked to, like I said, they're not looking at your broad shoulders, okay? They don't care about your shoulders. And to everybody else, people are not obsessing over your shoulders. And I know, like, especially if it's an insecurity for you, you think, oh no, like everybody's staring at this insecurity. And I have definitely been there. I have my own insecurities, and it's hard not to think everybody's like staring at that body part or whatever. But I can assure you that guys do not care, and generally nobody cares about your broad shoulders. So hopefully that gives you some peace of mind that we're not over here obsessing over your shoulders or making fun of your shoulders. Like literally, we are not even looking at them. The next reason is you have goals. You have goals. You are trying to hit those goals. You are trying to hit those milestones. You don't have the extra time and bandwidth to be worrying and obsessing over your shoulders. I'm talking about not even the smallest amount. I don't even want you to take a second glance at your shoulders. Don't even give that thought attention that you're insecure about your shoulders, because you got things to do. You got things to do. You have goals to hit. You have milestones to achieve. So those are more important, and that's where you should be focusing your energy, your headspace, your mental bandwidth, and not on your shoulders and what people are going to think about your shoulders, even how insecure you feel about your shoulders, because nobody's looking at your shoulders. And you gotta dedicate that energy towards something that, pushes you forward. The next reason is you are unique. I firmly believe that you are blessed with broad shoulders. Yes, blessed. Like, you have broad shoulders for a reason. Not everybody gets to have broad shoulders, and you have broad shoulders. So I think you are unique and you are special because you have broad shoulders. I'm gonna put a TikTok on screen here of this creator who just put it so well. So let's play that.
Yep, broad, big, bold shoulders, juicy traps, all of the goodness, all of the big back loving look, that whole look. Alona Mar's look. That's in. Okay, we are no longer the outliers. We are no longer, oh girl, you got broad shoulders. Like, that is, whoa, you got broad shoulders. Like, no, it's like, you don't got broad shoulders. You don't got broad shoulders. Like, what? Like, broad shoulders are in. That's my prediction for 2025. So I'm hoping for the best, because I think they're sexy as hell. So
see, I love what she said there. I just love how she put it, and she's so entertaining too. It's like, you are blessed, you are special because you have broad shoulders. Like, think of them as a unique feature that not everybody gets to have, and that you are blessed to have your broad shoulders. So the next reason is you just haven't found the outfit that makes you feel confident, right? Personal style is all about confidence, and you have complete freedom, complete control in choosing the pieces in your wardrobe that make you feel unstoppable, that make you feel so confident, feel so good, you feel like Superwoman, and that is on you to decide what pieces make you feel really confident. So I would like to place a bet that you just might not have found the outfit, the wardrobe that makes you feel confident with broad shoulders. Now I know there's a lot of advice out there about covering up your broad shoulders, on hiding them, on making them look smaller, and like just all of this advice that I'm so over. I say lean into having broad shoulders, show them off. If you feel confident, that's the caveat. Is like if you're at a point where you're not quite there, you don't feel comfortable in wearing like the tube top, the strapless top, the spaghetti strap, whatever. Wherever you're at, I would say like lean into what makes you feel confident, and you can start small. You can definitely start small with maybe like a blazer. So first you're gonna start with a blazer. A blazer is made for us girlies with broad shoulders. We have the shoulders so that it hangs really nicely and it's just very complimentary to our figures. So you're gonna start with the blazer. Zara has some amazing blazers, and you're gonna feel comfortable and you're gonna feel confident in the blazer. Okay, great. Then once you feel some confidence coming on, then you are going to buy a boat neckline shirt. So I'm gonna put some images up on screen, some videos actually, of me wearing a boat neckline shirt, and you can see here it complements my broad shoulders. It's very flattering on the top portion of my body. It's long enough for my long arms, but it also comes in at the waist, so it creates a nice illusion of the hourglass. So then you're gonna buy that, and you're gonna feel good. You're gonna feel really good. You're gonna feel really, really confident. And then once you feel some confidence there, then you're gonna go for the tank tops, the tube tops, the camis, and you're gonna show some skin and just really fully lean into having broad shoulders. And I know that's quite a jump to go from the boat neckline to the cami or the tube top. That's the jump. That is the jump that you got to take in order to feel confident and just truly accept your broad shoulders. So there's some outfit ideas, some pieces to add to your wardrobe, depending on your comfort level, depending on kind of what you're working with. And you can at least start there to find some pieces in your wardrobe that make you feel really confident having broad shoulders. And the next reason is your confidence dictates what other people see. Like I can tell within 2 seconds, just from appearance, if you are confident or if you are not confident. It's like these really subtle nonverbal cues. How you carry yourself, do you have good posture? Like how do you present yourself? Do you walk tall? Do you walk fast? Do you walk slow? Like all of these little indicators demonstrate that you have confidence. And that is what people see. People pick up on the energy, the aura, not to get too woo woo. They pick up on that. So it's like from a physical standpoint, people pick up on that confidence, and that's what they see. That's what they see, and they can tell within 2 seconds if you're confident, if you're not confident. So kind of going back to finding those pieces in your wardrobe that make you feel really confident, that make you feel so incredibly confident, so that when you walk into a room, you just like have this aura about you. You just like have this unbeatable, unstoppable confidence, and people are picking up on that, and they're not picking up on, oh my gosh, she has broad shoulders, or oh my gosh, she has whatever blonde hair. They're picking up on all of those things, and they're just sensing if you have confidence or not. So I think that much more important to find pieces in your wardrobe that make you feel confident. Because that's what it's about. That is literally what it's about at the end of the day, is just having this unstoppable confidence. The next reason is there's no perfect body type. There's no perfect body type. I know the media, TV, society, magazines, they all tell us that hourglass. As a woman, you should have an hourglass. And that is the epitome of a woman, and you're sexy and you're beautiful and all the guys will want you if you have an hourglass. Well, okay, great. A very small percentage of all women have that body type. Let's be honest, like there's so many different body types out there, so many different women in different shapes and sizes and proportions. Like, first of all, it's exhausting trying to fit within one body type that society tells us is feminine. That's exhausting. And why should we waste extra mental energy and bandwidth, like just trying to strive towards that body type if that's not what we were blessed with. And again, I sound like a broken record, but like I want to go back to like confidence. Like, what is going to make you feel confident? What's going to make you feel really good? And I have mentioned in my videos that yes, some days I want to strive for that hourglass figure. Some days I want to have more balance to my outfits, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. What the point I'm trying to make is that we shouldn't waste a bunch of extra mental bandwidth and energy and headspace trying to fit a certain body type when we just don't have that body type. Like, it took me a long time to accept my inverted triangle body shape, and it was from a lot of conditioning growing up in middle school and high school, looking at all the magazines and watching all the movies, and I'm like, oof, this is not the body type. Like, they all are really curvy and they have these hourglasses, and I just don't have that. And so it took me a long time. Sadly, it took me a really long time to like come to terms with my body type and to accept it and to love it and to not care like what other people think, what society deems as beautiful and sexy. And that was kind of my own self-acceptance journey, but there's no perfect body type. So hopefully that can give you some peace on like, it's not like everybody has an hourglass and you don't have an hourglass. Like, there's so many different body types out there. I think you need to try to make strides to accepting your body type and your body shape, and there's not like a one perfect body type out there. The next reason is your shoulders make you look strong and athletic. That is one of the reasons I love having broad shoulders, is that I feel athletic. I naturally feel athletic. I know I naturally look athletic because I have the broad shoulders, which is great. Like, I don't have to do as many workouts at the gym. I don't have to lift as much in terms of weights. I can truly just lean into having broad shoulders because it naturally makes me more athletic. And there's some days where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna show off my broad shoulders and I'm gonna wear like certain sports bras or certain tank tops that accentuate my broad shoulders because they make me look really athletic, and I love that feeling, and I just like feeling confident in showing off my broad shoulders. So having broad shoulders will naturally make you look more athletic, stronger, and just capable overall. The next reason is broad shoulders make your clothes look better. Like, I am telling you, whoever invented a blazer, a pea coat, even like a tube top or like a strapless top, they had us in mind. Like, I am telling you, and I will sing this from the rooftops, clothes hang better when you have broad shoulders. Like, you can pull off the blazer, you can pull off the pea coat, you can pull off certain pieces of clothing that others who have maybe more narrow shoulders cannot pull off as well. So I think you can lean into the strengths of having broad shoulders and know that if you put on a really nice structured blazer, you are gonna look fantastic. Like, you are gonna look so beautiful, so strong, so elegant. And I think leaning into certain pieces of clothing that are made for us. And the last reason, I'm gonna end it on this reason, is your shoulders don't define you. So if you are insecure, if you're insecure about your shoulders, your insecurities don't define you. And I hope you can find some peace in that, because I know like insecurities can bring a lot of attention to these areas of our body that we're not confident in. You know, maybe we're hypercritical of these insecurities. Maybe we think the whole world is staring at these insecurities. I shared in a video, I think a couple months ago, that I'm very, very insecure about my varicose veins, and that has been a struggle of mine for, oh my gosh, probably a decade. And I don't wear shorts very often. I don't wear dresses or skirts because I'm embarrassed about my varicose veins. And so that is something that I am striving towards in 2025. And sometimes it feels like the whole world can see them. The whole world is looking at the back of my legs and making fun of me behind my back. But then I take a step back, take a deep breath, and I'm like, okay, nobody is hyper fixating on my varicose veins. Nobody is looking at my veins and being like, oh my gosh, like, I'm blowing it out of proportion. And I think if you are insecure about your broad shoulders, same situation. The whole world is not looking at your broad shoulders being like, oh my gosh, they're so broad, blah, blah, blah. Like, nobody cares. And I know that's like so much easier said than done, but I think kind of taking a step back, looking at it from an outside perspective, like, your broad shoulders is just one out of many, many different features that you have to offer. And you might think people are focused on them, but they're not. They're looking at your face, they're looking at your hair, they're looking at your smile, the energy you bring, what you're saying. Like, there's so many other things that you're bringing to the table besides just having broad shoulders. And so the world is not like hyper obsessing over your broad shoulders. So hopefully that can give you some peace. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you so much if you're still with me and you're still watching. So to recap, those are reasons that I wanted to share today to help you strive towards acceptance. Those are specific reasons that I told myself as I was learning to accept my broad shoulders that helped me a lot, that helped me just immensely in actually accepting my broad shoulders. So hopefully that was helpful. Thank you so much as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.